Hi everybody, Mike here. I just want to say I hope you had a good time with Kant. I know that Kant can be a little difficult, and I know that last week was one of our heaviest workloads yet. This week we'll have some work, but it's going to be a little bit of a different type. There's also going to be a little bit of this. I'm going to use the comic to help try to explain the meaning of this. I know I haven't really talked about my own philosophy very much up to this point, but I'm what you would call a pragmatist. And pragmatist ethics is a certain type of ethics. You remember the first couple modules we did utilitarianism. That's one ethical theory. Last week we did Kant and deontology. That's a different type of ethical theory. This week we're going to mix them all together. We're going to take your own views and we're going to start to work in a little bit of pragmatic ethics. So I hope you like the little comic about Kant and my dad. Give you a little insight into how someone who was a Kantian would actually act in real life. And let me tell you, my dad is a Kantian, and that's how he acts in real life. But let me back up and say what we're going to have to do this week. I won't be doing a long video explaining a lot of philosophy this time. I'm just going to give you a short outline of what we're going to do. And it's going to begin with a video by a very famous contemporary philosopher, a very famous public philosopher, which is an interesting and rare thing these days. His name's Cornel West. It's a short video, maybe 7 or 8 minutes long. And he's going to go up there and give you a little bit of a, for lack of a better word, he's going to try to give you a what for. He's going to try to inspire you. There's a few things that he really, really wants you to focus in on. The first one is indifference and apathy. Now, for him, these are basically the same thing. What it means is we see things going on all around us all the time. Well, what do we do about it? Do we just walk by the homeless person? Do we see something unjust happening and don't say a word? We hear a racist joke or a sexist joke and maybe we nervously laugh, but we don't object. This is what he's talking about, apathy and indifference. He's also going to talk about courage, because when you hear those little things, it takes a lot of courage to speak up, a lot of courage to even put yourself forward into a situation that can be very upsetting for many, many people. So I want you to listen to his video. He's really great at, rearing up the crowd. And so that's what I want you to do. Then I want you to go to the assessment. This assessment is going to contain 3 videos and 3 questions. The videos are going to be along the lines of, what would you do if you saw this happen? And I want you to keep Cornel West in mind as you watch them. Think about indifference. Think about the people in the videos who sit on the sidelines and don't really do anything, who might think it's right or wrong, but don't object. Think about the apathy. Think about that little line between knowing something's wrong and not doing anything about it. That leads into the second point, the courage. When you watch each of these 3 videos, think of the courage it takes to be the person that steps forward and says, no, that isn't okay, you shouldn't do that. Each of those 3 videos is going to have a question that goes along with it. That's what I want you to do. That's going to be basically our week's work. It's probably going to take maybe an hour and a half to do the whole thing. Maybe not quite as heavy as a workload as last week. Maybe this will be a little bit of a rest week for you. I hope it is. This is midterms for many people. That's why I'm doing it. Our midterm won't be for about a week and a half, so you needn't worry about that yet. But when you watch these videos, I want you to become the ethicist. Think of yourself as the person who's judging and explaining to others. That's what the questions are going to be like. If you saw this and you saw it happen, how would you explain it to other people? What's right? What's wrong? And more importantly, how would we fix it? So that's going to be this week's work. I hope you have a good time with it. I look forward to your answers. And let me just say a few things about repeated questions, which I've been getting many, many times over the last couple weeks. I appreciate that people are really interested in their grading. Here's the way I do it. I have 3 online classes, and that's a lot of work. So I don't correct post, correct, post, correct, post. What I do is when I finish Module 4, everything I corrected over the previous week for Module 3, then I'll post it. When I finish Module 5 and post it, so that'll be tonight on Monday or Tuesday night, I'll post the previous week's stuff. Until that point, please do not email me and say, oh, I had a 0 on Module 3, I haven't been graded yet, I'm getting concerned. The reason you haven't been graded yet is I haven't posted it yet. I correct them the week after they come in at some point, and I save them all up until the following week. That's just the model I'm doing. So if it's a couple of weeks past the day when you did some assignment, please, please, please email me and let me know. I've had a couple instances of those already, and hopefully we've taken care of it. Good luck with that. And once again, if you have anything, let me know.